So, what I want to know first off is how did you find working with this company? Was it something that you expected?
You know, I think I think I came into this thinking, okay, it's gonna be, since it's virtual, it'll be easier, it won't be a lot of work. And I was shown that it's just as much work, like the things that you do, with your time and the way that you teach kids, okay, real life work skills, like how to create stuff, how to manage things, you make them learn every aspect of what they want to learn, like certain because you have 14 different teams, and I think that that's amazing for how you do it because the fact that you do it for free and people charge you thousands of dollars, just for one class, it's something that a lot of kids tend to, appreciate, and people that tend to like, a lot of people tend to take advantage of people that don't want to learn, but you do it like out of the kindness of your heart for free, So I think this company working for this company was like really great. So the projects that I was working on was, making ads, searching up SEO words, snippets, stuff to grab readers' attention. I learned that, when you're trying to create an ad, you're not supposed to make it so many words, so all condensed into one page, because you're trying to get the reader's attention and you're trying to draw them in. And if you put a lot of words on a page, you're not gonna get the reader's attention. Also, you have to try to create engagement with potential customers or clients, and if you don't do that, you're literally just walking them to your door and not allowing them a seat to sit down and let them know what you're about. So it's, that I learned that you really have to engage with your customers in order to create clients. I mean, excuse me, you really have to engage with people in order to create clients.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm wondering, what was your favorite at the end of the day?
My favorite was the presentation, actually, like the creating the slides for the social media plan, because how do I say it? Like at first, like I was overthinking and trying to put in so much information to, oh my God, like I have to try to get every piece of information. But as soon as I met with one of my team members, and I met with you, he was like, Carlos, the information is great, but it's too much. And then, you kind of helped me out, like stop overthinking, like, and you showed me like the way to do it. And when you helped me out, it was like, oh my God, this is just as great, and people want to be inclined to read it. So I think that was my favorite part, because of the trial and error and the laughs we had trying to help, trying to fix it.
Yeah, we had some laugh. I tell you, you tickle me. This has been really one of the memorable experiences of everybody, and that is because we laughed so much, so often about how you tried to fit an encyclopedia on one little page. You just really, and that was the running joke, is that you were trying to really try to get it all in there, and really try to get you to understand that less in this case is actually better. And I know that towards the end that you finally got it, but we had a lot of hoo-ha's in the middle of all that, trying to get you to stop overthinking the process, and that was the running joke. So it was so funny, but you got it, and that was the key. And you made the presentation, so that was one of the responsibilities. You were actually on the social media team, and your final project was to actually put together an actual social media plan. So you actually developed an actual working plan for a company, which pat yourself on the back, because so it is one of those skills that you can either take out with you and build on that and walk into, just a regular company as an entry level social media person. You've actually done it now, like for real. So, be proud of yourself, because you made it happen. So that is really, oh my God, you were so funny. So what for you do you feel of this? you could take into your long-term goals?
100%. So for me, for me personally, I started a clothing brand, and I was having trouble keeping up with the posts and trying to create engagement with my clients outside of the Bronx and New York. But I ended up learning learning the different ways to create more engagement, whether it be with ads, whether it be with, videos, asking customers for insight on the product. And I feel like that's, personal aspect that it really helped me because of, my certain goals. But if I want to get into something that's not a side hustle, like I wanted to get into a job with businesses or marketing, no business marketing, you gave me some, you taught me something that it was like, okay, this is what you want, and these are the certain steps how to get it. Each step is tedious, but in order to achieve the ultimate goal, you have to go through each one page by page. And you taught me that skill for free. So I feel like it'll help me, when I get to that specific workplace, as I keep learning and learning, I'll be more than prepared for it.
In the very beginning, I went through with each individual to figure out basically where your head is and what direction you want to personally go in. And one of the things that you told me early on is about the fact that you wanted to own your own business. You wanted to start your own clothing line. And so I made sure that we kept you working on projects the whole time that had something to do about developing a business so that you could actually learn those fundamental skills. Two things that I'm sure you probably have never seen before, but you were able to learn about it. What did you think about SWOT and SMART? What did you think about learning about those two different strategies for building a business?
I thought it was very helpful. When I was going through them, I was like, okay, this is how to do it. But then at first, like I was having trouble grasping the main, the meat and potatoes of it. Like I didn't know that, okay, when it comes to threats and what's the other word? Threats and
Weaknesses, opportunities.
weaknesses and threats. Like I was like over, trying to fill up the whole page, and
Yep.
it was literally just the main point. Like, oh, we don't have enough eyes, we don't have enough likes, we don't have enough this, and that. But then that all falls under one category. We don't have enough engagement on pages. I noticed that when it comes to the opportunity section, you have to really like try to build opportunity, like try to basically with what you have, try to see, okay, where's the opportunities? How can we create these opportunities? I ended up getting it because I can implement that into my own brand. Okay, so for example, a clothing brand, one of the threats would be, the quality isn't great. The cheap quality, and one of the opportunities is that I can research manufacturers to get the best quality in this brand. You know what I'm saying? And it helped me because it helped me try to figure out like what's my problems. Like I sat down and actually thought about it instead of like, oh my God, it's this and this and that. But really, it was just one section of it.
Yeah, you were going to do this for us under the heading of social media, but I thought that it would be particularly good for you to really, really get it because you have designs on actually, starting your own clothing line. And because we have these free socks, that we are giving away to first responders and healthcare workers for free, I just kind of felt like, okay, um, you know, the similarities in terms of just retail and just the business of retail, all of that. So I'm glad you were able to really kind of pull something out of the SWOT and the SMART. What would be the one thing that you took away from the whole 6 weeks?
It's a good question. I feel like the one thing that I would the one thing I would take away from all 6 weeks, if you really want something, tools are out there. It's just a matter of getting up, pushing yourself, doing it. Because a lot of people make excuses like, "Oh my God, I don't know where to start." When the internet is free, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to start, if you want to start learning how to make candles, there's countless YouTube videos. How to market candles, it's like it's all there. And when you don't, when people tend to make excuses, it's just like how you told me, there's two sets of people: fear of success and fear of failure. I think that when people make, it's just they're blocking themselves off in those in those two type of people. Like it's just that their mind is their biggest problem. The resources are out there if you look hard enough. If you want something, it's there. Just go for it.
So it's interesting because that is actually my last question. At our weekly meetings and the various meetings that we've had over time, I'm always giving some sort of motivational, inspirational, some sort of piece that would be, confident building, something that the fairy godmother herself has actually provided you with. What would be the one thing that you could say 25 years ago, the fairy godmother told me blank?
25 years ago, the fairy godmother told me, do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, you only have yourself, whether it be family or friends. When you're lying down, at the end of the night, going to sleep, it's you and your own thoughts. You taught me that no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what I was put into, there's always a way out. Like I like to use the analogy, a rose that grew from the concrete. You really taught me that no matter, once again, like no matter what circumstances, what situation I was born into, at the end of it, I'm gonna find a way and I'm gonna prosper. And I think that that's like a lot of message, a message that a lot of kids need to hear, especially coming from New York, the concrete jungle. It's very, like, when you have somebody that actually believes in you and what you can do, and and they're tough on you because they want you to succeed. It's like it's good because a lot of kids around my age, younger than me, like they don't have that guidance. Because they once sometimes they grow up without a father, without a mother. Their parents are in their life. So I think that you kind of gave me, in these 6 weeks, you gave me a person that actually believed in me, and I wanted to do better.
And
So I want.
I have to say, you did do better. You that first week was a little roughy, a little rough. It was a little rough in there. But after we had our first conversation to really kind of like, this is how we work. This is how we do things. We're gonna be a woman or a man of our word. That all those kind of wonderful little pieces that I've dropped on you guys. I have to say, you really made a 180-degree turn. I am not surprised because you are someone that I see that you have that fire in you. I can also see, because the fairy godmother, we see all things. I can also see that you are someone who, when you make up your mind to do something, you move forward with that and you make it happen. And so that is why I really try and talk to people about you have the power, because the truth is you do for sure. I see that in you and I believe in you. You have a fairy godmother always available for you for sure. When you need that extra something, I'm here. I'm in New York with you and I'm not leaving. I'm 100% here if you ever need that extra something to kind of get you going. Because I always tell people, we're going to fall. There's no question. In business, you are going to fall. You can plan on that, right? But what you can plan for is doing what? Using the word challenge, because I don't use the word problem. You use the word challenge. And when you get up, because you will get up, because you have that in you, you will get up. And when you do, the only question becomes, how do you take that challenge and now make it into a great success? And there's something about you that I know you will do that. Any last thoughts about your experience? Me, the experience, whatever, anything.
I just really wanted to thank you for being, one of the few people that believed in me, and you really helped me a lot. So I just really wanted to thank you for that.
Don't make me cry. Even fairy godmothers cried. Even fairy godmothers cried. So